I think that everyone likes these soft pastel colors, very often seen in the movies, especially Wes Anderson's movies. And today, I would like to share with you some great color grading tips that will help you achieve a similar result. And if you are interested in more comprehensive color grading training, join my course, Mastering Color Grading in DaVinci Resolve. The link is below this video. And now, let's move to today's tutorial. And this is our clip for today. It's been shot with a red camera and I've already converted it to Rec 709. And as usual, I'm working in DaVinci Color Managed environment. These are my settings. My working color space is set to DaVinci White Gamut. And if you want to learn everything about color management, please join my course. There's a very broad lesson about it. But let's come back to our clip and let's start building our node tree. So I will label my first node as NR for noise reduction, as we always perform noise reduction at the beginning, but let's leave it for later and let's move on to the primary correction. And we will start from balancing the shot, as I can tell that my clip is rather on the warmer side, and I can also read it from my vector scope. The trace is shifted towards red and yellow. So let's create a new serial node and let's label it as balance. And I will balance my shot using the offset wheel and I will push it towards blue to introduce colder tones. And this is our before and after. And also look at the trace on the vector scope. It has also moved to the middle, which indicates that the shot is balanced. Now we will work on our filmic contrast. So let's create a new node and let's call it contrast. And here we'll use our HDR wheels. You often ask me to show you how to use HDR wheels, so let's do that. There's also a few great classes covering HDR wheels in my course, so please check it out if you want to master your skills. But to be concise, HDR wheels help to adjust very specific parts of the clip. They are more precise than the primary wheels, and here also we can preview what portion of the image each wheel is affecting. So if I hold this button over here next to the light wheel, it shows me what light parts of my clip will be affected. So here I want to get rid of that silverish highlights in my clip. I want to make it look more pastel. So I will push the exposure in the light region down a bit. Like this. Now let's move to the shadow area. And here on the contrary, I will push it up a bit to minimize the contrast attach. And maybe I will do the same with the dark areas as well. Okay, and this is before and after. Look at the difference. We've completely transformed our clip. It looks very soft and pastel, and we took quite a lot of the contrast from it. But maybe I went a little bit overboard, so I will go back to my primaries. And I will play with the contrast and the pivot slider to add a little bit of contrast. And this is our before and after. Now we'll move to the saturation, and today we'll be working using HSV. HSV stands for hue saturation value, and it's a color model that allows to increase the saturation without increasing the luminance, in the contrary to HSL, and it may sound scary, but don't worry, I will create another video explaining properly how does it work. Today I will only show you how to use the saturation in the HSV mode. So first we need to right click on our node, and here we will change the color space from our timeline color space to HSV. And now we will right click on the saturation node again. We will go to channels and we will disable channel 1 and channel 3. As this way we will be able to use our primary wheels, gamma and gain, to increase the saturation. So now let's push the gamma down a bit to increase the saturation in the midtones. And then let's do the same with the gain wheel. And this is before and after. And don't worry if you don't understand the way it works now, just play around with it. I will create a separate video covering how this color model works. Now let's create a new serial node, and this will be our look. And today I will show you how to use the color warper to create a look. So here I will focus on shifting the blue color, as I want to make it look a bit more quirky, a bit more unreal. So I will simply grab this furthest blue point over here and I will push it towards green. And this way I have introduced very nice teal tones to my clip. This is before and after. I hope you like it too. So now let's zoom in, as we'll be adding that dreamlike softness to the clip, and I want you to be able to see it properly. So let's create a new node and I will call it softness. And here I will use the same method that I have used in my previous tutorial. I will right click on my node and I will add matte. And here we need to make sure that we have use Luma for alpha output selected. And then when we turn the highlight mode on over here, you can see our matte. And what this matte will do, if we apply the effect on the softness node, it will affect only the areas that I highlighted in white without affecting the areas highlighted in black, which will result in more natural effect. Let's select our softness node so we can see the areas that will be affected in color. And now let's just turn off the highlight mode. And let's use the midtones detail slider over here. I will just push it to the left to the max to -100. And this is our before and after. The difference is massive. Our clip looks way more soft and dreamy now, and I love it. Now let's scroll through the clip as I want to find a frame where we can see the face better. And let's hit Option P twice to create a couple of parallel nodes, as I want to add a few more adjustments. So this one will be my look adjustment. So I'll go to my curves and then the hue versus saturation curve. And I want to make the yellow tones a bit less saturated. So I will select the yellow on the clip and it will give me a point on the color curve. And now I'll push the point down a little bit like this. And this is before and after. I think it looks more elegant now. And now let's zoom in again, as maybe not everyone likes this soft dreamy effect. We can always add a little bit sharpness to it. So I will label my last node as sharpness and I will grab the sharpen effect from the effects tab. And the default effect is a bit too much. So here I will just decrease the sharpen amount to around 1.4. And now we are ready to watch the final result full screen. Thank you so much for watching my videos, guys. I hope that you like them. If you do, hit subscribe and don't forget to leave a comment below. See you soon.